So talk to me about the new image generation out of ChatGPT.
Yeah, so OpenAI just released a new update that incorporates the 4o model, and that means that it's much more powerful than it was before. I think when we all used DALL-E, it was like my first AI image generation.
Yep.
So now it produces much more high quality and realistic photography or image generation, as well as being able to incorporate multiple sources and merge and create new images. So I've seen it online where people are creating ads just by taking existing ad templates
Yep.
and then throwing in a different product or asking it to generate someone holding it, and the results are pretty much exactly as you'd imagine a professional photo shoot to go.
Yeah, fantastic. And so you've been playing with it today, this morning?
Yeah, I got access to it probably about 2 hours ago, generated a few images out of it, and while there's still work to be done, so prompt generation is key, so I threw some of the stuff that I was originally doing in Midjourney into ChatGPT, and it's about 80%, so for, that amount of people that are using image generation that don't need that final 20% to be able to control lighting and camera types that you get those options with Midjourney, it is phenomenal.
Fantastic. So what we're saying is a pleb like me could use this to generate
Absolutely.
their own apps. Fantastic. I love it.
You can just iterate in the chat and it's available to go for every tier now.
Fantastic. Great news.
So that's what's come up new for me this week. What's been on your agenda?
Yeah, so we play with a lot of different AI tools, features, capability. We've got a chat here at work that anybody who finds a new product or tool, they throw it in.
Yep.
I have meticulously been keeping it under a tab inside my Google Chrome browser, which everyone thinks I'm a psychopath for, but it's the tab called R&D.
Yep.
I've got a friend of mine who I actually box with, and he came at me with it last year with a product idea. And so, I sat down with him, being a product manager myself. I was like, cool, here's all the challenges you're going to face. You're going to need to find a dev, you're going to need to get some designs and some wireframes up, go and talk with some VCs, see what their thoughts or their ability to go fund it. And so working with my friend, he went and spoke with a few VCs, and they said, look, we really love your idea, but in order for us to back you, we're going to need to see, something out in the wild, like a proof of concept up and running, and we just think it's going to be too expensive to do. And this ties in with the whole R&D and different AI tools. So there was a company called Lovable that came out with a prompt generation to build a piece of software. Mm-hmm. And there are, there's actually quite a few of those out there now. And, if you're very strong at coding, I think there's another one called Cursor. But my friend is not. He's from sales, right? He's got a vision. He thinks he can see a gap in the market around insurance, and he's been asking me for help. I'm snowed under. I'm busy with work and life and all these other activities that I've got going on. So I threw at him Lovable. Just flicked it to him on a WhatsApp message and said to him, hey, why don't you try this to see if you can realize your vision? And then I promptly forgot about it because it was about 2 months ago. He sent me a video on WhatsApp last week saying, holy shit, I've just been able to realize my vision of exactly how I want this product to look, work, and function. He knows no coding. And to be completely honest, Lovable's not going to build you a fully scalable, release to the mass market.
Yeah.
But it was enough for him to then be able to start engaging a dev and say, how do I make this a scalable solution?
That's awesome.
And so for me, using prompt generation, somebody who's not technical, and especially, we deal with a founder who has a vision, who wants to realize it, being able to go and talk with somebody else who's had an idea and then just let them realize that idea was very empowering for him. And then for him to show me that something I'd completely forgotten about was pretty outstanding. And that was 4 weeks ago.
That's cool.
And it's just the pace at which this stuff is moving is out of this world.